The little face showed a hint of pride. Ifan felt helpless. Her cooking skills have improved so quickly. 2 months ago, Mingming. She is still a cooking novice. Can't even make a bowl of noodles. But now, each dish. Once you've seen it, it's almost. Can do it with ease. Perhaps. This is talent, isn't it? 30 years east of the river, 30 years west of the river. End-of-term girls are poor. Ifan, the noblewoman is beneath my cooking skills. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. Are you secretly reading web novels? Sorry, but I can't assist with that. Last game's maintenance. I just watched a little. Oh dear, this is no longer important. The focus is to admire my culinary skills. Do you know? You play games. If there is cooking, half as powerful would be enough. Ifan made a decision. Don't let her be so smug. Be a little more humble. However, the next second, she just lost. Nuo-er's little sword. The dishes you made. Truly the world's most delicious delicacy. Facing the little pufferfish with the spatula, Ifan decisively admitted defeat. HMPH. Dishonesty. I can only be considered second in the world. My master is the greatest in the world. The girl waved the spatula. In the dimple. But it is a sweet, tender smile. Our master. It must be MS Lai. My mom is your master. That means you have joined my mother's sect. Ifan caught a flaw. The girl was dazed. Her lips parted slightly. Still don't know what happened. How dare you let? The young master has a noble lady for you. What kind of situation is this? Ifan's momentum suddenly surged. Xiao Nuo is weak. Nuo arrives at Ifan. You and uncle. Grandpa is also learning to fish with us. Good or not. HMPH. Waiting for you to become a fisherman. If you dare not to listen then, just use the spatula. I'll give you a good smack. Silly goose. Truly, they are like a father-in-law and son-in-law. It's because of fishing. It's just that I'm scared of my wife. This girl has a little brain. Beforehand, she was very clear about it. I still can't tell what she wants. Ifan pinched her cheek. Light laughter. Actually, even if they don't fish. Also afraid of his wife. Lu Dongyan. I thought this guy. What warm-hearted words should I say? The two were busy in the kitchen. Half an hour. Dinner is ready. Sweet and sour pork tenderloin. Stir-fried bok choy. Seaweed egg soup. 2 dishes and a soup that are complete in color, aroma, and flavor. A balance of meat and vegetables. Just enough for 2 people to finish a meal. There won't be leftovers for tomorrow. During dinner, Ifan's phone rang. She glanced at the caller ID. It was Cao Kayan. Quickly pressed the call button. Ifan, Dongyan's hanfu is ready. Bring it with you tomorrow. The address is Lubei Mansion. Ifan told her the address of the new home. After all, there are still many pieces of furniture to be delivered tomorrow. Must be on standby to receive at all times. Little dear, tomorrow I will wear hanfu for a photo shoot. Ifan smirked. Finally managed to get it done before the school year starts. The hanfu has been produced. Although I haven't seen the finished product yet, but Ifan knows it won't be too bad, because every step Cao Kayan takes, everyone has sent photos to themselves. Discuss how to rush. It aligns better with modern aesthetics. In short, Ifan Guang imagined a girl in hanfu. I was so amazed that I had 3 big dinners in a row. Hanfu right, like in a TV drama. Lu Dongyan lifted his small head. The production process of hanfu. He is still completely unaware. Sorry, I can't assist with that. I'll to say it depends on what type of TV drama it is. Fan thought for a moment. Say if it is historical evidence. The clothing inside. It must be more exquisite than what we're wearing. Also more formal. As for historical idol dramas, it's not as authentic as ours. But is it just between the two? Lu Dongyan. Lu Dongyan had a smile on his lips as he looked at Fan Lai. The way he Fanan's hand. In short, it combines quality and aesthetics. To promote anything, it must conform to the current societal aesthetics. Otherwise, no matter how much we promote it, no one is wearing it, can only live in books. Logic is constrained. Fan, sigh, this girl is becoming harder to handle. So frustrating. After the meal, Lu Dongyan cleaned up the dishes and went to the kitchen. The sound of water splashing can be heard. Fan finally remembered. I didn't buy gloves after washing my hands. Indeed, many things reveal their true value when in use. Only then will I forget. Move aside, move aside. Fan walked to the dishwashing area. Push her away. What's going on? I'll tell you. Don't interfere with my work later. You're really being a pain, you know. Go watch your idol drama. I forgot to buy dishwashing gloves. I'm here to write. The girl's small hands are very delicate. If you don't wear dishwashing gloves, it's easy to hurt your hands while washing dishes. You will hurt your hands too. Lu Dongyan was dissatisfied. I want to come back. However, her small frame, how can Fan be shaken? I have tough skin and thick flesh. Can it be the same? Fan glanced at her. Your tender little hands. It should be used for the right purpose. Washing dishes is such a waste. As for what is the right path, they not worth mentioning to outsiders. Of course, it's the same. However, the girl mumbled about your hand. The most important role. It's just pinching my face. Washing dishes is such a waste. Goodness, you know my brain is sweet and salty. 8 o'clock in the evening. Lu Dongyan sat on the sofa on time, turned on the television. Fan, come watch TV with me. Okay, okay, okay. Fan had gotten used to it, accompanying her in the previous life. I don't know how many idol dramas I've watched. Instead, we watch the show together. It is the easiest time, because she remained quiet and still, very well behaved, even if Fan is aware of the plot, not interested, but looking at her adorable profile while watching the show. There is a sense of leisure and tranquility. The girl lay across the sofa, little head resting on Fan's leg, a head of wet, jet-black hair, vertically downward, because we have a photo shoot tomorrow. So I washed my hair today. He gathered her hair with one hand. The other hand held a hairdryer. Adjust the temperature to a comfortable level. The wind power is at its minimum, blowing gently. Such wind and temperature. I want to dry my hair. It will take a bit longer, but the noise is relatively quieter. It won't affect her watching television. Moreover, Fan was also willing to be toyed with by her little head. 2 episodes every day. Ends promptly at 10 o'clock. Good night, just like in the 80s. Little the little dear nibbled on Fan's profile. Be a good child and go to sleep. Little is also what you called. Fanking smiled and pinched her cheek. Now there's no need to persuade with heartfelt words. Just understood the importance of going to bed early and waking up early, unless under special circumstances. Almost no one goes to bed after midnight. This is a positive change. She is no longer in a youthful mindset. I believe that a passionate love is the best kind. What made Fan the happiest It's not about how Lu Dongyan shows his love for her, but rather love her. Love yourself. Although responsible for one's own health, this is the most basic form of love. But even a small change, all of this was enough to make Ifan extremely happy. Nature cannot excuse oneself from discipline. Ifan went to sleep early. One morning, the two arrived at their new home. The furniture has been gradually moved in. After the arrangement, it feels more like home now. At 10 o'clock, Cao Kayan arrived home with her backpack. Your love nest, you too. It's well arranged. Looking around the week, Cao Kayan couldn't help but sigh. Da Tycoon, attending university. Buy a house right next to the school. How many pieces are there? The most frustrating thing is, she earned this money herself. What does Cao Kayan say? It's considered a middle-class family. Dad also knows quite a few big bosses. But the younger generation, what kind of ability does Neng Yu have? There really isn't any. No way. Standing in front of her was a hanging coin. What is it? The little dear's face is a bit red. It's definitely not a love nest. Now, at best, it's just a nest. Hey, you blushed. Lu Dongyan. He seems to have heard this line before. Cousin Zioyu seems to have a foolish look on their face too. I have told myself, why are these girls? I always enjoy seeing my face turn red. Dongyan, how could you? Do you like the clothes? Cao Kayan took out a handful from her backpack. After it opened, glamorously unfolds before the eyes. The girl suddenly felt a chill of despair. This is a journey through. Your boyfriend is keeping an eye on it. Isn't it beautiful? Lu Dongyan nodded like a chick pecking at rice. Ifan was quite satisfied as well. The jacket is made in the style of the Ming Dynasty. Square collar with a golden shirt and short sleeves. The lower garment is a pleated skirt, from top to bottom. Forget-me-not blue, gradually turning pure white. The style is simple, elegant, and understated. Perfect match for a young girl, a fresh face to the sky. Change to Kang Kang. Fanlight's imagination runs wild. Cannot even imagine. Lu Dongyan returned to his room holding the clothes. Dress up. The door opened a little bit. The girl's little head peeked out, looking at Cao Kayan's clothes. The bag behind can't be fastened. Pain Jai, please help me compress. I can't tie it. Cao Kayan immediately said. How is that possible? Lu Dongyan's strategic expedition. I don't believe it. This clothes, it's produced by the designer you created. It's just a belt. How simple it is. How could it not be possible? I am Lu Dongyan. Not a fool. He fan in his heart. Gave her a thumbs up. Understanding. Jaya Jituo. I will. Taken for granted. Responded with a phrase. Fan walked into the room. Shut the door. Young girl's face, like a little teapot, sitting motionless on the edge of the bed, as clever as a little saddle-lipped fish. Don't be fooled by how brave Yon Yon usually is. Actually, the little dear is very secretive. Fan tied a knot for himself. You can see Zio Yi. Fan has already entered the room. Let her go out again. That would be impossible. The girl sat like a glutinous rice ball, not moving either. Come here. You. He wrapped his arms around her, sitting with their back to me. Fan moved carefully. Help her tie the straps on her back. Breath gently beats against. Snow-white neck, like countless tiny ants. Climbing and climbing. Don't lean back. This can't be tied like this. Fan spoke up to remind. The little deer puffed up its cheeks. Can you blame me for this? You've worn me out. After a long while, just finished tying the waistband. He Fan was pondering. It's good that I came myself. Otherwise it's Cao Cayenne. Even if it's a girl, all is enough. Let her drink a pot of old vinegar. But completely forgot. When someone ties the belt for another person, will embrace you in their arms. Lu Dongyan got dressed, just getting ready to run out the door, but was held down by He Fan on the shoulder. She sat back down on the edge of the bed. What's wrong? You didn't notice. Is there anything off about it? Inharmonious. The girl raised her small face, scratching my head, with a puzzled expression, until He Fan take out a pair of embroidered shoes from the shoebox. He just remembered. Wearing hanfu. Shoes also need to match well. That's the way to go. This is a pair of light blue flowing cloud threads. The tip of the shoe has a fuzzy pom-pom. Lovely shoes. Pair with cute G.O. He Fan squatted down. Before this, give it to Lu Dongyan. Put on a pair first. Lolita lace trimmed short socks. Then put on the embroidered shoes properly again. As for why, wearing a hanfu, you need to wear Lolita socks. What is it that you seek? Lu Dongyan stepped out of the room. The girl with the spotted flowers, dressed in ancient clothing, as if walking out of a landscape painting. Well, Cao Cayenne's eyes immediately, and then the stars began to appear. This is so beautiful. He Fan, can you help us take a photo together? He looked at He Fan for his opinion. It seems like they are talking about how I just assisted. There's nothing wrong with the shadows. Although I promised before. The hanfu has been made. Lu Dongyan put it on. Can I take a photo with Cao Cayenne? But he didn't agree to let He Fan film. But Cao Cayenne felt that the pixels of the front-facing camera on the phone. He simply did not deserve Lu Dongyan at this moment. Could not capture his beauty, completely reveal it. Let's wait and film in the store. The decor there is more fitting. He Fan's hand said, the home decor is Nordic minimalist style. The milk tea shop has a Chinese style. Lu Dongyan is better suited in a hanfu. He originally intended to go to the store to take pictures. I'll go bring the card down, He Fan said, rushed out to the underground parking lot. Lu Dongyan's outfit of hanfu can withstand it. It's because the air conditioner is on at home. The weather at the end of August. Stay outside a little longer. It could all be a chaotic mess from the heat. The car is the new vehicle that He Fan bought for transportation, a price just over 100,000. After all, most of the time will be spent in the provincial capital. Old He still wants to drive to go fishing. It's impossible to open his. He Fan was driving. The air conditioning in the car is turned up to the maximum. Upon arriving at the store entrance, get off first and go to the store. Turn on the air conditioning. Wait for the cooling to finish. This is when the car door opened. Pulling Lu Dongyan, quickly ran into the store. Every corner of the milk tea shop. They all pay great attention to detail. After all, it's the main store. No slacking off allowed. Any corner. All matched Lu Dongyan's outfit. Perfect match. Just take a casual photo. It all seems like a landscape painting. The girl sat on the pearwood chair, holding a round fan in her left hand, slightly veiled. The right hand holds a cup. Milk tea made by Fan King, used for cups. It has already been customized. Above is a beautiful painting of maidens, and use ink wash to imitate on the T-shirt. Words of difference. The hardest photo to take. I need to take down the sign of the milk tea shop. Put it in the shot. It's not that difficult at all. But outdoors, the temperature is very high. Fan felt heartbroken as he watched. The more anxious one becomes, it becomes increasingly difficult to film well. No more filming, no more filming. Dongyan quickly went into the store. Fan was drenched in sweat. I would rather do without this. The most important promotional photo. Cannot let the young girl. Risk of heat stroke. Zio and Lu Dongyan grabbed Fan. Pom-poms on the slippers. Swaying gently. King Yu, don't worry, just take your time. Yannian, it's okay. If only taking photos. If you can't do it well. So, we can't provide him with any help. Thank you for your hard work. Carefully help him with a tissue. Wipe away the fine beads of sweat from the goose's horn. Fan took a deep breath. The next photo must be taken well. Shu Heffa, don't be so polite to me. Did you hear that? The girl's chubby baby face puffed up. Immediately, AGOB, but slightly raised. The pom-pom on the slipper, gently brushed against Fan's calf. Getting exciting. It feels like another ton. Under the Earth's power. Focus instantly increases by 800 points. Fan struck deeply into the soul. The shot produced perfect results right away. How can someone be so beautiful? It's simply against the rules. Cal Kixin felt satisfied. After taking a photo with Lu Dongyan, watching with stars in my eyes. I really envy Fan. Can be together with him every day. Shoot however you like. You can shoot wherever you want. What kind of strength do you want to use? Just slip off. I think if this Hanfu also takes to heart, even if the price is high, there will also be many people buying it. Cao Kaiyan said firmly, this is not confidence in one's own judgment, but rather a trust in Lu Dongyan. Fan nodded slightly, flipping through a set of well-taken photos. The price can't go any lower. After all, this is purely handmade, and they are all custom-made. So I decided not to care for now. Just hang the photos on the online store for promotion. Speaking, Fan struggled to select a few photos. Transfer to the computer. Sent it to Fang Zai. I want to select from a group of photos. Choose a few. It's simply a painful torment, because each one looks great. Only photos with more store elements can be selected now. After all, it was a promotional photo shoot. Fang Zai's movements are incredibly swift. Fan sent it just under 5 minutes ago. The store homepage has been updated. However, the following operations. It definitely hasn't started yet. After all, the milk tea shop is open offline. Customers of the online store come from all over the world. It's just one of the promotional tools. The place that truly needs to be operated. It's a local forum. These are all Fang Zai's tasks. Go back and change your clothes. Let's go out to eat again, Fan said. The design and production of Hanfu. Cao Kaiyan's contributions are monumental. Eating is fundamental. Fan also signed a contract with him. It is about the design and sales of Hanfu in the future. This line has enormous future profits. Let Cao Kaiyan become the exclusive designer. Sign it as soon as possible. Always right. Lubei Mansion. Fan is in the room helping the girl with a bag. Just wore it for a little while. It's so sweaty. What a pity. It's too hot to wear it for long. The young girl's baby fat makes her cheeks puff out. Although it is now autumn, but early autumn is still very hot. We have to wait until the autumn tiger passes. Only then can it cool down. Cao Kaiyan is waiting outside. At that moment, the main gate suddenly swung open. Then she saw a delicate-looking girl with an anxious expression. Rushed in with great enthusiasm. Sister-in-law. My sister-in-law. Sister-in-law. My sister-in-law. Lai Yu stepped on the wind-fire wheel. No one noticed Cao Caiyan on the sofa. Rushed straight into the slightly ajar bedroom door. Then I saw He Fan. I am currently unpacking a bag for Lu Dongyan. The little girl suddenly froze. Her face instantly turned red. Shuang Shu Wu Lion. Bright, expressive eyes. But it is seen through the gaps of fingers, flashing and flickering. The two people in the room were also stunned. How did you come here? He Fan frowned before she could answer. It has already been deduced. She must have been continuously following the selected women's fashion, just in time to see Fang Zai put up the photo. That's why I rushed over so quickly. Because of Lai Yu's school, it's not far from the Liu Bei mansion. He Fan gave her. It is also equipped with a key. 3-room apartment. She has a room of her own, usually busy with studies. If you come for makeup classes on the weekend when you're off, you can sleep here. However, the result. Today I rushed over. Xiao Yu, do you want to take a photo together? Lu Dongyan watched her run, dripping with sweat. I feel like I should take a photo with her, as if he owed her 80,000 yuan. I really feel guilty inside, although she didn't know either. There's nothing to feel guilty about. But the gaze of the sister-in-law. It's really too eager. Sister-in-law, you are truly a goddess. Xiao Yu will wipe the sweat for you. This moment, in Lai Yu's view, Lu Dongyan was enveloped in a layer of holy light. The sweat-soaked clothes were already half undone, in order to be able to take a photo together. I can't believe I have to go back again. It's such a hot day. Lai Yu expressed her heartfelt gratitude. See Lu Dongyan's temple. There are still beads of sweat that haven't dried. Take out a tissue and wipe it for him. A hand reached out halfway. Take the tissue away. Please do not take on work outside your responsibilities. This is not a school. No open book allowed. He Fan held a tissue. Help Lu Dongyan wipe his forehead. Sweat beads on a large face. This is a personal exclusive benefit. Slipped away. This is my exclusive job. How can I make others suffer? Lai Yuixin felt satisfied. A photo with Lu Dongyan. Even on the balcony. I couldn't go to that quaint old shop. Lai Yu also felt that life was complete. Since you're here, you might as well stay. Let's go have lunch together at noon. He Fan said to Lai Yu. All right, all right. Can I have a meal with Miss Liu? It is my honor. As soon as Lai Yu finished speaking, I just felt on the sofa, a gaze filled with the promise of wind. At this moment, she only then realized that Cao Caiyan was sitting there. I've confirmed it with a glance. There are hostile people, 2 fervent fans. It seems like they are competing with their gazes. Let's see who sweats more. Lu Dongyan changed into his clothes. A group of people went downstairs. Liu Bei community, located in a bustling area. There are many restaurants downstairs. Skip that new city. The fragrance of night rain is everywhere. He Fan chose a home-style restaurant. It's considered a well-regarded shop on this side. During the meal, He Fan felt it. A strong smell of gunpowder. A small square table by the window. He Fan and Lu Dongyan are sitting together. Opposite them were Cao Caiyan and Lai Yu sitting together. Between the two of them, it seems that invisible flames of war are burning. Miss Liu, your favorite dish is spicy stir-fried pork. After all the dishes were served. It's coming soon. Lai Yu slacked. A pair of chopsticks picks up the stir-fried pork belly with fresh green chili. Gently placed it into Lu Dongyan's bowl. Dongyan, eating shrimp can supplement protein. Try this salt and pepper shrimp." Cao Kai was unwilling to back down. Again in the girl's bowl. Added 2 large shrimp. Protein is essential. Don't forget the salt and pepper protein. Sister Hao, your face is so delicate. The nourishment of spiced salt protein must not be lacking. Lai Yu adds 2 more chicken feet. You can't just eat vegetables. This family's sweet potatoes. Glutinous rice is amazing. I'll serve you food. Cao Kai pulled out her ultimate move. Directly filled the bowl for Lu Dongyan. It seems like there's no room for any more dishes. Here it is. Lai Yu began to grasp her heart and mind. Suddenly, a spark of inspiration. Opened another set of chopsticks and bowls. Take a bite of the kelp and pork bone soup. It should be drunk while it's hot to taste its best. It's best to do it before eating. Otherwise, it can dilute the stomach acid after a meal. It causes indigestion. Dongyan, try the sour plum soup. Beng beng lian lian. Sweet and sour. Especially appetizing. Fan, Lu Dongyan, you too must be posting something. Can you eat normally? If this continues. He couldn't eat a single bite. Fan looked at Lu Dongyan in front of him. A mountain of various foods. Everyone is worried about him. This is what crazy fans look like. I'm scared, I'm scared. Lai Yu and Cao Kai shared a gentle smile, gave Lu Dongyan an apologetic glance. The battle of the number 1 fan, feeling a bit overwhelmed. You're welcome. If you need help with anything else, feel free to ask. Let's eat. Lu Dongyan smiled. Be the first to pick up the chopsticks. So, Lai Yu and Cao Kai have just returned to normal. Brother, you don't know. Sister-in-law's photo was just posted in the online store. It's already on fire. Many classmates have asked me, how can I place an order for Hanfu medicine? Lai Yu was scooping rice. While speaking, it's also his fault for risking everything for money. Big Mouth is shouting. Everyone knows. Lu Dongyan is his cousin's girlfriend now. The online store only uploaded pictures. There is no product link, so I can only watch. Can't buy it either. Everyone came to find him. Indeed. You all check the local forum. They are all discussing this matter. The host is quite clever. I could tell at a glance. This is to create buzz for opening a milk tea shop. Cao Kai was browsing a web page on her phone. Speak. Fan's mom pouted. The landlord you mentioned. He is not Fang's eye. Old water army leader. Lu Dongyan felt this way. But there was no response. If an ordinary person is online, a little guy, I will definitely keep an eye on myself. But ever since Fan, let him not look at the post afterward. He never even glanced at it. He never cared about others' comments anyway. I never thought about managing fans or anything like that. Fan naturally didn't need to. He went to deal with the powder circle stuff. After all, whether selling clothes, still milk tea, the actual target consumer group, still the majority of girls. Lu Dongyan's promotion. Just a starting point. Make the products the best they can be. That's the truth. The quality of the clothes is poor. The milk tea doesn't taste good. Lu Dongyan is as beautiful as a celestial being. Business won't last long either. After the meal, Lai Yu is the first to return home. He just sneaked out earlier. Cao Kai went straight back to the school dormitory. He was originally studying for his master's degree in the provincial capital. There is no concept of summer vacation at all. Let's go home too. Pack up your things. I will go to school to register the day after tomorrow. Fan finished paying the bill. Said, the day for school to start has finally arrived. He fan announced the opening date of the milk tea shop. It is also set for September 1st. Hey, wait a minute. Lu Dongyan suddenly called out to He Fan. I just took off my socks. Still left upstairs. It needs to be taken back to wash. The mansion of Lu Beigong. Still in the stage of dispersing flavors. It won't be occupied for 3 months. The socks definitely need to be taken back to the rental to be washed. Oh, let's go up together. He Fan took a few steps forward with sweaty hands, but found Lu Dongyan sitting there motionless. Little Lu rabbits clear and bright. Her face lifted with a playful smile. The gaze is narrow. I'm so full. Can't move any more. Could you please go get it for me? He Fan, you should be more than happy to run this errand for me. Xiao Lu's gaze was piercing. It seems like I can freeze He Fan through. That little thought. He has me completely under his control. Who said I wanted to go? He Fan let out a light hum. Little sample. Want to control me? I am full of righteousness. 2 sleeves of clear wind. I can covet your Lolita-style lace socks. Can't move, can you? Then I'll carry you on my back. Believe me, you can also go up to the 28th floor. There's an elevator. Not sitting. Just walk. He Fan spoke with righteous words. I will memorize you first. Enjoy the service of the little oil tank's Beatty refueling. I'll go help you get the socks from the room. Adult. I want it all. HMPH. I won't pay attention to you anymore. Lu Dongyan has also absorbed the knowledge. His brain flower. Lu, stand up and get ready. Go up with He Fan. A glance at the ink-black land. The gaze was somewhat gloomy. Let's go. Let's go up. He didn't want to move just a moment ago. Suddenly quickened his pace. Return to the Liu Bei mansion. Take the things that need to be washed. He Fan discovered that. He sat still on the balcony. Let's sit for a while longer. Lu Dongyan's gaze slightly lowered. He said in a low voice. What happened? He Fan frowned slightly. His emotions fluctuated slightly. No one can escape his gaze. This is over 10 years of companionship. Rescued from the chains. The girl shook her head. No one is speaking. Have you seen Chen Changming? Immediately, he frowned and said, in addition to this, He Fan couldn't have imagined any reason that could suddenly make him feel lost. Lu Dongyan was taken aback, then nodded. Yes. So what happened? He Fan took Lu Dongyan's hand, with fingertips that have thin calluses, gently tapping his sweaty palm. The tone is gentle. Xiao Duo, the hurt person, is not guilty. Even if we meet, he should feel guilty. Understood. I know everything. Lu Dongyan's voice trembles slightly. I'm not afraid to see him. Only from the heart. I just don't want to see that face. Go up. Go up. The girl's face. A surge of hatred welled up rarely. Even He Fan. It's rare to see him like this. He gently opened his left palm. Then extend your right hand. Fingers intertwined with each other. Fingers interlocked. If possible, tell me about him. In this way, in a previous life, He Fan would never ask. At that time, inheriting the things Lu Dongyan did not want to say, he didn't ask anything at all, give the utmost respect. But upon reflection, such a practice. It seems fine, but in reality it is not applicable, because he got one thing wrong. Only those, indeed, those who truly do not wish to reveal their inner thoughts. They hide the secrets in their hearts, even the closest people, and they are unwilling to speak out. Then this approach is the right one. But Lu Dongyan is different. I have always yearned to share. He's Luo's personality. If you don't take the initiative to ask him, he was afraid to open up, afraid that everything will be revealed. What one gets is an impatience for indifference. He would rather drown, and unwilling to break the straw, thinking about it, as long as before completely suffocating. Still, there can be a straw to accompany. That's enough. If even the straw has broken, then it really became a lonely person. There is nothing left. So in this life, Ifan must firmly tell him, I am not a fragile straw, but rather the great tree of the heavens, on land, can shelter him from the wind and rain. In the sea, it can also become a boy, even if his heart is heavy. It can also be held up steadily. The girl remained silent for a moment. She pressed her lips together, slightly raising her little head, gazing at the clouds in the sky. My mom is a college student. University students at that time cherished it greatly. What about her? A little punk, sweet talking. I just managed to win my mom over. Mom helped her start from scratch, working from dawn till dusk. From a food stall, it became a grand hotel. That time, Mom was also pregnant with me. Lu Dongyan said up to this point. He called to a halt, a fragile body, slightly trembling. Immediately, she felt engulfed by a heavy embrace. Even in early autumn days, the muddy heat didn't bother her at all. Instead, it is very useful. Lu Yi is expecting a lovely little baby. Then what? Ifan knows. Next, it will inevitably be a bad story, but it also needs to guide. Lu Dongyan spoke it out. The process of cleaning window scars. Pain is inevitable. If the wound is not cleaned properly, then it will never heal. At that time, doing business. Looking to expand business. You need to network. Chan Changming was immersed all day in, amidst various extravagant social gatherings. Before I was born, he met someone. Family background is very prominent. Can do business with him. A woman who is more helpful. Then, it's just a very cliched plot. Lu Dongyan had a slight smile at the corner of his mouth, the subtle effect of irony. Ifan snorted coldly. A story about an old scoundrel. The story of abandoning wife and daughter to pursue entrepreneurship. From a business perspective, Chen Changming is certainly successful. The development of the subsequent aromatic flavors. Almost the entire province. Top chain restaurant. As for the stories behind him, who else really cares? Even if bees. One day, the dark past was uncovered. Passers-by would just laugh and chat without a care. Which successful man? It's not about having multiple wives. It's truly rare and astonishing. This is what is called a hero's romance. As for Lu Dongyan, everyone is a hero. You were hurt by a hero. They should be overwhelmed with gratitude. Once a person has enough capital, even if I have hurt many people before, there will also be a group of fools completely unrelated to the interests. Go to worship. Go kneel and lick. Go and take away all his sins, dressed up as if it were only natural, even with the halo of truth. Dongyan, Ifan held her wrist. Let the girl's cute little hands stuck to her cheek. You see, you've shared all your feelings with me. Am I still doing well here? The sky is still as blue as ever. The wind is still refreshing. What happened next? You must express all your emotions. This world is vast. A little bit of our emotions. It won't have any impact on the bigger world. But if it's bottled up inside, will allow the heart's spirit, and the small world fell into suffering. I don't want to. My little world is in pain. She spoke slowly. Let Lu Dongyan's trembling body calm down. in the plot of the young girl. I care about what's in your heart. Is there something sad happening? Only then will the little world suffer." He rubbed her poor nose. Her voice was soft. "You are my little world, Lu Dongyan. You just know how to make me happy." The little deer puffed up its cheeks. Yet inside it feels sweet and delightful. "Really? Didn't I say that before? There is a thread between our hearts. So, the joys and sorrows of your inner world. It will all be transmitted along the heart's connection." Ifan held her tightly, the cherubic little face, gently rubbing and rubbing. "Uh, why are there such adorable glutinous rice balls?" Don don. While the two were cuddling on the balcony, the door was knocked on with a loud thud. Ifan could clearly feel. The girl in my arms tensed slightly. "It's okay. Even if she comes looking for it, say everything clearly at once. Just make a conclusion." Ifan's voice remained gentle. The tone is light and breezy, with an expression of calm indifference. Just looking at her face, Lu Dongyan's heart can soothe everything. Looking out through the cat's eye, a man in his 40s, wearing gold-rimmed glasses, appears refined and cultured, approximately 175 centimeters tall, dressed in a proper suit, looks very refined, not at all bothered by age. Behind her, following a woman who looked like a wealthy lady, Chen Changaming. Ifan opened the door. The tone is flat. She wasn't surprised. The other party can come to the door, using Chen Changaming's methods. "I want to find Lu Dongyan's address. It's not difficult. It's been so many years since I went to find her. It's just because I don't want to. As for the reason they came knocking at this time, Ifan certainly wouldn't think that. It is her conscience awakening. A merchant, you see. It must be for business reasons. Hello, is Don Yan there?" Chen Changming adjusted his glasses. A refined smile, just the noblewoman beside her. The expression showed a hint of impatience. "What's going on?" "Go out and talk." What Ifan didn't expect was Lu Dongyan's cold voice. A sound came from behind. Soon after, they saw. The young girl arrived at the door, slightly bending down, getting ready to put on shoes. She was unwilling to let Chen Changming enter the house. My home with Ifan. Not welcome her. Just, she hasn't had a chance to crouch down yet. A pair of slender fingers. It has already begun. Helped her tie her shoelaces. Ifan crouched down, carefully tying the knot. Not too loose, not too tight. Until the most comfortable degree. "Don Yan, let's go." He held her hand tightly. This moment, she settled down. It seems like anything. They no longer seem frightening. There is a nice tea restaurant downstairs. I have already booked the seats. Chen Changaming still wore a smile. "No need. What do you want to say?" "Just say it on the terrace." It turned out to be. Lu Dongyan held Ifan's hand, walking ahead to the terrace on the 28th floor. A large terrace. It was also Ifan's choice. The reason for this level. "Please tell me more." To make a long story short, Lu Dongyan's tone was very cold, but also very calm. There are no fluctuations. Chen Changming frowned behind his gold-threaded glasses. It paused imperceptibly. If Lu Dongyan is angry, or sadness, he thinks it's all normal. The only thing I didn't expect. It is so peaceful. His gaze. Unintentionally, it lingered on Ifan for half a moment. This is the first time. Look closely at this boy. As for before, that's just a symbolic courtesy. Did not take it seriously. Don Yan, making money by shooting commercials. It must be tough. These years have not been good for Dad. did not fulfill his responsibilities as a father. Chen Changming's condition quickly returned to normal, a face full of apologetic smiles. Take out a bank card from the pocket. The money inside here. Enough for your 4 years of college tuition. There's still living expenses. You don't have to work for others anymore. When talking about others, he enunciates very clearly. The gaze seemed to be unintentional. Once again, he bypassed He Fan. I don't need it. If you come, you found me just for this. Then please go back, Lu Dongyan said expressionlessly. Not even a glance at him. The bank card passed over. I can only laugh in my heart. When needed. Never appeared. At this moment, starting to be hypocritical. What is your attitude? The noblewoman beside. It seems unbearable. Take off the sunglasses. With a furrowed brow, like a frenzied fighting rooster, angrily scolded Lu Dongyan. Is it your place to speak? What the lady didn't expect was, Lu Dongyan sighed. He Fan, who had been silent all along. Mo Dai spoke coldly. Give it to Chen Changming. An opportunity that has come to a conclusion. It's not about bringing people here, bullying Lu Dongyan. If you come to talk normally, but you have to face this pale face. No one falls for your tricks. The lady trembled with anger. She never expected it. At this age, anyone can do it. The youth of his own son. Is it really necessary to speak so harshly? In her position, when have I ever been this strong? Jin Fen, don't say anything. Chen Changming pressed down his hand. The lady angrily put on her sunglasses, twisted to the other side. Dongyan, Dad thinks, I'd rather have you work for me than for outsiders. Go suffer and toil. Why not work for the Hiburu family business? Dad is in the marketing department. I left you a position as a supervisor. You can take office now. It won't affect your studies. Work only requires deliberate time. Promotion and marketing of our family's restaurant. He Fan listened from the side. Is this what an old playboy and business elite looks like? The rhetoric really is a set of tricks to bridge the distance between myself and Lu Dongyan. Another family business. It's our families again. Just don't know. He was enjoying life. Have you ever thought of Lu Dongyan? As for the so-called marketing department director, in the end, it's just watching. Now Lu Dongyan is online. Has a bit of influence now. What is needed? Is he helping to advertise the amateur fragrance? At this moment, it is the aroma of leisure, from the provincial capital to surrounding cities. Important milestones in radiation promotion. If Lu Dongyan helps with the promotion, will definitely go more smoothly. Presumably, this is the only purpose for his coming here. It's done. Lu Dongyan slightly raised his head, gazed directly into Chen Changming's eyes. Then please take your leave. Please take care in the future. Don't come to disturb me anymore. The girl tightened her grip on He Fan's hand. Lovely little fingers scratched in He Fan's palm. Your little dear is not a fool. He can't not know he's here. What is his mindset? Even if we take a step back, Chen Changming truly had a change of heart. I come to apologize for my mistakes. So what? Victim. At any time and under any circumstances. Everyone has the right to refuse to accept an apology. Lu Dongyan. Moreover, He Fan was very clear. He could never truly apologize. Time can see through everything. He Fan. It's from 10 years later. Dongyan. Think it over again. Don't rush to reply. Dad will always wait for your news. Chen Changming was momentarily choked up, still maintaining a kind courage. even if a hint of displeasure flash across the brows. It is also difficult to detect. And the noblewoman beside him, then there wouldn't be such sophistication. Lu Dongyan, he threw down his sunglasses, pointing at Chen Changming, angrily scolded the girl. If it weren't for him, where do you come from? You should be grateful. Understand? This is the attitude you end up with. I don't know how your mother raised you. He Fan could clearly sense. The little hand held tightly. You really think highly of yourself. Little Yuo with red-rimmed eyes. Pull it behind you. He Fan's pupils. Anger flickered. Chan Sheng Da Shang. Never was it grace. Born but not raised. It is hatred. Every child, they are all innocent angels. They were forced to come. This unknown world. But there is no right to refuse. Unaware of their height, beauty, or lack thereof. I don't know if it's healthy. It is still incomplete. Unaware of the family's poverty, or wealth and nobility, even the most basic things. Parents' love. It's all possible to lose out. Now, I can't believe I still have to read this. The gratitude for upbringing surpasses all. What is life without grace? Chen Changming and Fan Xingying. Extremely cold. You cannot know him. Are you willing to come to this world? But recklessly exercise the rights of a father. But irresponsible. Support is a legal obligation. The law is the minimum standard of morality. Those who uphold the bottom line of the law. Anyone can be a scumbag. You lawbreaker. Worse than scum. You dare to walk a dog. Came before Lu Dongyan and shouted. Power build-up complete. Chanting completed. Ignoring the tearing of the disguise device. Shivering Chen Changming. And collided with the mad dog, Bai Jingfen. He fan-pulled Lu Dongyan. Directly left the terrace. In the descending elevator, Xiaodor nestled in his arms. The frail shoulders trembled slightly. He Fang gently patted his back. This is the last time. Chen Changming will never have another chance. Hurt him again. I'm willing. Unfounded. The girl in my arms suddenly said, It seems like you've entered, which translates to what in English? If you have a specific request or need further assistance, please let me know. He Fen straightened up slightly. I said, I am willing to come to this world. Because this world, there is the best version of you. He Fan lowered his chin. Press against the girl's head, gently brushing the dark, flowing hair. The fragrance drifted into the nostrils. It made him somewhat obsessed. Don't be sad. Xiaodor, patting his back, whispering comfort. Lu Dongyan lifted his head. On the chubby cheeks, there are still 2 tear marks, but at this moment between the eyebrows. But it was all smiles. Sigh. I'm not sad at all. He smiled sweetly. A snot bubble popped up. He Fan frowned in disdain, reaching out to wipe it away for him. It's dirty. Young girl's face. Hong Ong gave He Fan a light slap, takes a tissue out of the pocket, just about to wipe He Fan's hands. However, but he was stopped by him. There's only 1 sheet of paper left. Wipe your little painted face first. He Fan held a piece of paper. Wipe his cheek. Nearly dried tear marks. Then he wiped his hands with a paper towel. I don't know why either. I thought I would definitely feel very upset. But that discomfort, it lasted for a very short time. Now there's nothing at all. And from now on, when I see him, I won't feel a bit of sorrow either. Lu Dongyan showed no signs of pretense. A smile heals the heart. He Fan put his heart into his stomach. Also started to laugh. If I had known, I would have lived longer. It has such an effect. I've been wanting to go find trouble with him for a long time. So, What changes can be felt in the little world? You all have to tell me. Do you know? Facing those in life, the seemingly unbearable burden. Only by summoning the courage to throw a punch will you know. In fact, there is nothing at all. But this courage, it's really hard to have. Just before the elevator reached the first floor, the little deer lightly tapped its adorable hooves. The chubby-faced baby leaned closer to He Fan. "Love you." After a brief suffocation, the girl smiled sweetly, showing her cute little bunny teeth. Night. Rental apartment. The two people are lying on a bed, the pale fingers intertwined. Apart from that, I didn't do anything. Lu Dongyan couldn't sleep, so bring He Fan here. It's not because of what happened during the day. The girl did not lie. Regarding Chen Changming, I have already let go. The reason for insomnia. School is about to start. In an unfamiliar environment, he has an innate fear. When I first entered high school, that's how it is. It is precisely because of the fear of the unknown. Only then will they use a cool and aloof exterior to protect oneself. But now it's different. Do you have someone to confide in? He Fan. Are you asleep? Fell asleep. The liar hasn't slept at all. The little dear is so smart. You can tell that I'm lying. Don't treat me like an idiot. The girl puffed her cheeks, gently patted He Fan's arm. New down. Why aren't you asleep yet? I can't sleep either. Do you have something on your mind? Tell it to Yan Yan. It will feel much better once you say it. Otherwise, your little incident is upsetting. It will also affect me. The girl imitated and said, My troubles. It's just that you've lost sleep. He Fan smiled. So that you won't be troubled. Can be happy. I won't have insomnia anymore. The girl sweetly said, Insomnia can't just be easily resolved. Don't have any psychological burdens. I'll stay up with you. He Fan's eyes were so tired that they could barely open. But still I musters the strength to respond. Actually, it's easy to put on a brave face. It's really uncomfortable to hold back a yawn. Every time I hold back a yawn. It was a close call, almost got swept away. I misspoke. Logical error. Lu Dongyan thought for a moment. The voice should be soft and gentle. As soon as I think about not having insomnia, you can be happy. You are happy. I can be happy. I am happy. Then I won't have insomnia anymore. This is the positive influence between heartstrings. So clever. My little dear. He gently stroked the little one's head. Before long, the sound of even breathing filled the air. A wooden bowl placed on the nightstand. Every night, the moonlight illuminated the sleeping face of the young girl. Help him with the edge of the blanket. Pressed beneath him, after covering it with rocks, He Fan finally closed his eyes, diving into a dream. Because I went to bed late. One midday. He Fan hasn't woken up yet. A melodious song echoed, but it entered the dream. Anything is fine. What you said. I'm willing to go. Little train. The swaying melody. He Fan opened his sleepy eyes. Get off the bunk bed. Arrived in the living room. There stood Lu Dongyan in front of the computer, wearing a pair of headphones, singing a song. It could all be true. You said it. I will believe in everything. Because I completely trust you. The girl's voice was soft, sticky, and sweet. Let He Fan be unwilling to disturb. Delicate affection. The heavy feeling of a thick blanket. The sense of security from basking in the sun and reaping the rewards. Warmth by Yang Jingru, with Lu Dongyan's voice. They are simply a perfect match. Until a song is finished, the echoes linger endlessly. To love someone, I hope he has a better life. Warm from the heart. You are more important than yourself. I also hope to become better. Zio Luo's soft and mellow voice came to a stop. Sounds good. After he finishes singing, He Fan finally spoke up to praise. Lu Dongyan took off his headphones. Her cheeks were flushed. With drooping eyelids, the singing was not good. I want to hear more. He Fan smirks. Speak. It's not that his singing skills are exceptional, but Zio Yuo's singing is especially sweet and charming, childish and sweet. It matches perfectly with this song. Sorry, I can't assist with that. Look, Lu Dongyan pointed at the fart on the computer. I was just recording a song. It will exist in the Walkman. In this way, at school you can hear my voice anytime now. Oh, I see. Let little Lu record a few more songs. Otherwise, it won't be enough to listen to. He Fan smiled. Sure. What do you like to listen to? Some request, He Fan. Lu Dongyan's laughter never stopped. He loved the feeling of being needed by He Fan. Sweeter than eating honey, as long as it's sung by you. I enjoy listening to all of them. Just know how to coax me. The girl's small mouth puffed up. Chuya gently pursed her lips. A whispering lie, oh lie. It sounds like you're quite dissatisfied. But the actions and expressions are very honest. Nothing is better than Bei and Fan Hong. Mouse wheel scrolling, looking through the song list. Lu Dongyan carefully selected his repertoire. If it's a sad song, he just skipped over it. HMPH. I won't sing those. I want to sing a sweet love song. You sing slowly. I'm going to the store to take care of some things. He Fan fell in love with a little weekday Mao. Speak. Obediently responding. Lu Dongyan followed He Fan to the door, watching his silhouette as he walked out. There is an indescribable sense of satisfaction in my heart. It felt like watching her husband leave. Kizzy Tian Jai Jai De. The grand opening is tomorrow. Online preheating on the local forum. It's almost done. But the offline preparations cannot be neglected either. If I get caught tomorrow, that would be a disaster. He Fan is also experiencing the opening for the first time. I have to say I'm not nervous at all. That is impossible. Arrived at the milk tea shop. 9 female employees. They have already put on their matching uniforms. The entire outfit is styled in an ancient fashion, fully integrated with the shop's environment. At this moment, cleaning up in the store. Final preparations before opening. Good or not. Seeing He Fan arrive, everyone greeted him with a smile. After all, there aren't many generous bosses like He Fan. Mo Chai. How is the event planning going? He Fan nodded in response. Immediately, the gaze turned towards A, about 28 years old, a girl with a delicate appearance. She is the store manager appointed by He Fan. Mo Yumian. Lady Lai Jiang. After hearing that He Fan wants to open a milk tea shop. First time. This introduces Zio Yi's distant relative on her mother's side. That is Mo Yumian. He Fan was not someone who favored nepotism, but he also trusts people completely. He knows his old-fashioned personality best. Always very steady and reliable. If it weren't for Mo Yumian's exceptional qualities, he definitely won't recommend it. Come to the pit outside. He also looked at Mo Yumian's resume. Because of poverty, I dropped out of school after graduating from junior high. Went to the big city to work. At that time, bubble tea has just been introduced to the mainland. He worked at the milk tea shop. For more than a decade, no one has ever left this industry. Believe. He is capable of handling the position of store manager. But so many years. This is the first time I've seen this style of milk tea. We will definitely achieve results, Mo Yumian said confidently. For over a decade, no matter how the taste of tea changes, but the essence remains unchanged. It's just using various additives to enhance the flavor. Gen tea, gen milk. This is still the first time we've met. An employee nearby softly asked. But the boss, store manager, are we setting the price too high? 10 yuan a cup. It's so expensive. Fan is willing to listen to any opinions, especially the employees. Since they have made suggestions, at least state one point. It is something to consider for the store's operation. Don't worry. Before Fan could respond, Mo Yumian patted her chest, with an appearance of solemn vows. Do you know, when bubble tea was first introduced, how much is a cup? Pate. But that was 14 years ago. As long as the market is blank, then we can have the first pricing power. Fanan's hand. That's right. You have to leave on your own. It's all about the high-end route, even with competitors. It's okay, because the pricing is quick and not exorbitant. The cost is laid out right here. Moreover, wait for others to be able to do it. When competing products have the same flavor level, Fan had long occupied the market. It seems Mo Yuming has a complex feeling towards this industry. Indeed, understanding runs deep. A few words. It dispelled all the employees' doubts. Those activity booklets, are you all ready? Fan inquired. All right. Boss look, Mo Yumian said. A beautifully bound ancient-style booklet was handed over. After opening it, inside it was sealed with plastic for holding cards. And on each plastic seal, all are marked with the names corresponding to the cards. It's like an album, but now it is empty. Thus, your marketing strategy is also very good. Different teacups, different character cards, the corresponding entries in the ancient style booklet, each sealed package. After gathering them all, you can exchange it for gifts. This can greatly increase customer loyalty. Mo Yumian gives a thumbs up. This is an event planned by Fan, tentatively set at 50 types. Different ancient style character cards. The vast majority are the renowned beauty of history, and a few ancient hands, some men. After all, the primary consumer group being targeted, it's still the young lady. Fast pour over membership card. I will give you a small booklet with ancient style. After gathering them all together, can we change to a stunning one? Ancient style thermos cup. The ancient style booklet will not be recycled, can be kept as a memento. The designed cards are pasted into the booklet. It can't be taken off completely, as long as you redeem the prize. Stamp the booklet. Aren't you afraid of claiming it repeatedly? Sister Mo, please prepare a cup of honey pomelo tea, room temperature. You're welcome. If you have any more requests or need assistance with something else, feel free to ask. Fan leads the way ahead. Speak. The ingredients in the store are already prepared. There are also fruit, tea beverages. Pack the honey pomelo tea well. Fan first went to the Lubei mansion, looking for a sales manager. I got in touch with the extras team, since it's marketing. If you do it thoroughly. The beginning is very important. Creating a lively atmosphere is essential. It was already afternoon when I got home. Just opened the door. The sweet song of the little deer drifted into my ears. Your back bends like a sandy beach, both thick and soft. Can you bring me peace of mind? The sunshine shines brightly in your heart, transmitted from the fingertips. Always makes me feel warm. Fan walked up to the girl. Mo Dai's hand was held by her. The little deer raised its head. Holding He Fan's hand, gently approaching the baby fat face, gently rubbing, feeling the distinct knuckles of the long fingers. Sexual conspiracy and power intrigue, soft and tender singing. Wan Yinshin, Wan Yushin, my heart will be sunny days. Illuminate you, the cloudy side, a soft and sweet voice. With this song, the world I most want to travel around. Perfect match. The sticky rice dumpling felt warm on the back of my hand. Soft warm masa. He Fang almost melted with emotion. Best. No recording today, He Fan said. Honey Pamilo. The tea was handed to her. Warm up the voice. I have already recorded more than 10 songs. It's not just singing casually. Lu Dongyan is recording a song for He Fan. It is a perfect idea. If I didn't sing well, I'll start over. This is hard on the throat. Sizzle. The girl shrank back with her fruit tea. Suddenly, she stood on her tiptoes with a puffed-up face. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. Before the voice could finish. The little mouth was sealed shut. The little deer's face quickly turned red, from the tips of the ears to the tips of the toes. All are covered with a layer of powdery cream. Billip. He Fan's throat rolled, swallowing the exceptionally sweet fruit tea. The girl's silly hair has been flavored. All right. The rest, drink it yourself. HMPH. Unfair. The girl transforms into a pufferfish. You don't even drink for me. You have no choice. We can only use projections between each other. He drank half a cup of fruit tea for her. He Fan was finally let go. Things to bring to school tomorrow. He Fan crawled out from under the bed. Take out 1 black and 1 pink suitcase. Start tidying up the blankets and changing the clothes. And toiletries. Because the rental house is very close to the school. A journey of less than 10 minutes. No need for a big bag. Zio Lan carries many things. Things that are needed or forgotten. Just run a couple more trips. Lu Dongyan was also packing his luggage. The content is very simple. A small suitcase. Then it can be finished. And the most important thing is this. At last, the girl placed the wooden bowl and silver box on the bedside. He placed it heavily into the box. She has now developed a habit. I want the gentle glow to accompany me. Only then can I sleep soundly. He Fan chuckled lightly. And it's not just Lu Dongyan. I like the feeling of being needed. He likes it a lot too. But soon, He Fan couldn't smile anymore. Well, Beast, it seems like your message may be incomplete or unclear. Could you provide more context or clarify what you would like me to assist you with? What are you putting in my suitcase? Smile. Lu Ang raised his head, holding a pair of shallow socks in hand. The little face looked dazed. Aren't you going to stay in the dorm? Prepare a little more for you to use. He looked completely innocent. Not at all like a joke. He Fan. Thank you, Lu Dongyan. Looking at the contents of my box. Various socks stuffed by him. He Fan couldn't help but roar in his heart. I really am not an illegitimate child. He Fan was on the verge of tears, but no tears came. If you open the box in the dormitory in front of everyone, I guess I'll end up shooting myself. It will definitely shoot to death. You can also use it at home. Slipped away. I am full of righteousness. 2 sleeves of clear wind. I want this thing. Take it away, take it away. A cold snort. He Fan took the socks out of the box. One by one, they were taken out. Checked it back and forth several times. Make sure there isn't a single sock that slipped through the net. This is when he finally let out a long sigh of relief. I really am full of righteousness. 2 sleeves of clear wind. However, it's just taking out a few socks. Do you need to clean for half an hour? Little dear Mingaming's mouth, whispering softly. I call this meticulousness. Understood. Got it, got it. Lu Dongyan argued loudly. Shaking its small head, it went to the kitchen. Ifan looked fierce. This girl, a red child's expression. What's going on? Isn't it about having a good grasp of oneself? It has reached the point of sincere reflection. Too amazing. Lu Dongyan's cooking skills are getting better and better. Braised pig trotters are not greasy. Eggplant and green beans are refreshing and crisp. There's still a bowl of corn and rib soup to help with the grease. It's standard again. 2 dishes and 1 soup. A balance of meat and vegetables. Okay, I'll go get some drinks. Before eating, the girl got up and went to the kitchen. No ice allowed. Sayo Desai. The end of the month is my period. Even though she knew that Lu Dongyan was being very well behaved now. Ifan instinctively reminded. Before long, then I saw Lu Dongyan. He walked over holding a glass cup. There were 2 straws sticking out of the cup. Isn't this just a glass of plain water? Ifan was taken aback. First observe with your eyes. He leaned in close and sniffed. Finally opened his mouth and took a bite. This is definitely plain water. I am indeed very meticulous. Boiled water. It can also be a drink. Zayol Yor bit the straw. Gently poured a cup of plain water. Nuo smiled gently. Because I have drunk with you. So it's very sweet. No wonder. I just had a drink that had no flavor at all. Ifan looked thoughtful. Aimed the straw again. Prepared plain boiled water for rations. A look of enjoyment appeared on her face. It becomes even sweeter after you drink it. Hee. The girl smiled sweetly, but found. Ifan's face suddenly turned pale. I realized I lost. Ifan wore a serious expression. I took the first sip. It has no flavor at all. Compared to you, a little less sweet this time. So compensation is needed. Zayol Yor was slightly taken aback. Tuya gently pursed her lips. The voice was weak. How should I make up for it? Half voice. Ifan swallowed that sweetness. With satisfaction, he began to eat. Snapped back to reality from a blank mind. The girl slightly lowered her gaze. Baby fat face. Not even a hint of pale pink. One clear morning. The sky is just beginning to brighten. Ifan and Lu Dongyan. I have already finished washing up. Both of them woke up early in the morning. The 2 are so enthusiastic. Of course not for. Report to school. Today is the grand opening of the milk tea shop. As the boss and future boss lady, it's necessary to personally oversee it. Ifan is wearing a white short-sleeve shirt, sky blue jeans. There are also clean canvas shoes. It looks very refreshing. A complete sunshine boy. Lu Dongyan is a forest themed dress, wearing a pair of pure white canvas shoes. The sock cuff is very shallow. I can see half of a lovely ankle. The small face lifted towards the sky, unadorned. A sweet smile emerged. The pure you want to be, the pure you can be. At breakfast at home, the 2 people dragged their suitcases, walking towards the salted fish tea. The opening time is 9 in the morning. It's only 8:30 now. At the entrance of the milk tea shop, there is already a long line formed. It looks very hot. Many people are chatting. The discussion is all about bubble tea. Clearly, Fanxi was online earlier. There was no shortage of hype and promotion. Ifan has read many posts. I can only say that she, born with the qualities to be a naval commander, You must clamp down hard on the chicken leg. So many people. Lu Dongyan was a bit curious. He certainly hopes the business does well. But still, I can't understand. Why would you be willing to pay for a drink, waiting in such a long line? Let's enter the store through the back door. For such a scene. Fan was somewhat surprised, although there were actors he invited. But it accounts for no more than 30%. In other words, 70% of the people here. It's really about queuing up to make a purchase. Fan invited the actor. It was just before the opening. Guest appearance. After the opening. They finished buying a round. Just left directly. So more people are lining up to come in. They are all purely genuine customers now. Hello, boss. Hello, boss lady. Two people enter the shop, under the guidance of Mo Yu Mayan, the female employees. Everyone shouted while laughing. A few people were still whispering to each other, secretly glancing at Lu Dongyan. Clearly, also someone who spends a lot of time online. Helped them take a photo with Lu Dongyan. Fulfilled the wishes of the young ladies. There are still half an hour until opening. Is everything ready? Report to the boss. Ready. I'm going outside. Situation. Lu Dongyan is waiting for the store to open. After all, many young ladies. She was in line to buy milk tea for him. As for Fan, it feels a bit out of place in the store. After all, employee ladies. They are all wearing ancient costumes. Fan stood inside like this. It stands out. Lu Dongyan's set of hanfu. Just put it in the fitting room of the milk tea shop before taking a photo with the female employees. He has already changed it. Fan as the boss. Still very concerned about what the customers are saying. So I just decided to join the line, observing the, besides the actors hired by oneself, real customer. Brother, are you here to line up too? Buying milk tea for my girlfriend. Standing in front of Fan, dressed from head to toe in designer brands. He looks like a boy of the same age, wiping the sweat off his forehead. Sighing, I looked for Fan to chat. This boy is also styling his hair meticulously. On this hot day, it seems a bit greasy. I'm sorry, but it appears that I can't assist you with that. Fan shook his head. Now it seems. The remaining 20% of the boys. It seems there might be more than half. They are all waiting in line for their girlfriends. Sigh. Even getting a cup of milk tea requires waiting in line. This is the first time I've encountered this. The door is open. The door is open. Finally opened. Spicy youth. He tugged at his own hair. A bit excited. All the people in line. They all stood on tiptoe to look around. Ladies and gentlemen, tea served. In the loud and clear voice of Mo Yu Mayan. Yanai Cheu has officially opened. Please help me open a membership card. I want Wulong Yan Nayo. I want a cup of Fenghong Zukai. Please open a membership for me too. The card for the ancient style restroom needs to be diluted. Flavor-wise, Mo Yu Guanlan. The customers are lined up. They entered in an orderly fashion, selecting names from the tea menu, although the line is still very long. But they are all still patiently queuing up. After all, they came to line up before the opening. Finally, after a long wait, I can leave as the door opens. Just thinking about it feels like a loss. You can say, waiting in line is also a form of silent cost. Lu Dongyan also stood behind the counter. Please hand the prepared milk tea to the customer. Facing the customer's greeting, he politely smiled in response. Miss Lu, you are really beautiful. So cute, just like in the photo. I will support your business. The young female customers were captivated by Lu Dongyan. It's all a friendly greeting. At most, just take out a phone or camera. With Lu Dongyan's agreement, take a photo of him. Because of Lu Dongyan, behind the counter, no one forced anyone to take a photo. Fanatics like Lai Yu and Cao Cain. There really isn't any. Actually, it's not that they are special. If they had never known Lu Dongyan, I only learned about this person online, after meeting with these people in line. It must be about the same. It's just because of the connection with He Fan. Let them be pleasantly surprised. It turns out I met Miss Luer offline. Naturally, it became fervent. He Fan prices all milk teas at 10 yuan. There aren't too many levels for now. A cup of net profit. It's about 5 yuan, if we only count one store. It's really not much to earn. Only after the continuous expansion. Only then can we see greater benefits. Take your time. He is not in a hurry to become one. What billionaire? Doing business is just a side activity to improve future lives. The true meaning of life is him. Looking at the person standing behind the counter, Lu Dongyan with a beaming smile. He Fan couldn't help but smile along. When it was He Fan's turn. It is already 10 o'clock in the morning. I had previously made plans with Lu Dongyan. At this time, go to school to register. Finally, it's my turn. The spicy boy wiped the sweat from his forehead, pointing at the tea menu, facing Miss Landing note 2 offline, said to the female employee, "Please, let's get one of each flavor. One is not enough. Get 50 cards. Only by gathering all the small booklets can one succeed. In summary, 50 cups any flavor will do, but the cards can't be duplicated." The employee girl is a bit stunned. It was still Mo Yuman who stepped forward. "Excuse me, sir. Do you want to exchange for a vintage-style thermos cup? How about this? You can recharge a membership card for 500 yuan. Let's first stamp your booklet. You can take the prize first. I'll drink milk tea slowly next time. This way it won't cause any waste." He Fan, standing behind the spicy youth, gave a thumbs up to Mo Yu Mayan's method. Adaptability. It is a very important trait. Make 50 cups for him this time for real. Not only a huge waste. It will also lead to dissatisfaction among those waiting in line behind, since they know the other person only wants the prize. Then we can try a different approach. Okay. Thank you so much. The spicy youth took out 5 red bills. Gave it to Mo Yuman. It seems to also feel. Many people's gazes were focused on him. He scratched his head a bit awkwardly. Sigh. My girlfriend wants that thermos cup. I have no choice but to do it this way. He helplessly spoke to He Fan about recent events. It feels like a complaint. It is also an explanation for the others. Your girlfriend is quite happy. He Fan smiled. Speak. But in my heart, I made a decision. As long as the milk tea shop remains in a queue state, then everyone just offers 3 cups. Want more? Just line up again. This way, we can avoid having rich kids like that. Unintentionally came to disrupt the order. Can effectively eliminate some resellers for purchasing agents. Hey, I just like what you said. Bro, let me treat you to some milk tea. Fa La Xianyan ordered a cup of Mo Yubuan Lan for He Fan. A sum was sent to the membership card. You're welcome. If you have any more tasks or questions, feel free to ask. He Fan took a sip of the milk tea. The ratio I mixed myself is indeed decisive. Look, there's only storm in hail. What else is there? Forgotten. Hello, boss. Mo Yu Mayan sees He Fan, called out, "Thank you all for your hard work. Pigashino, but let's go to school for registration." Lu Dongyan left the counter and went to the changing room. She quickly changed into that matching dress, walked towards the back door. Many customers widened their eyes. This young man is still quite young. It turns out to be the owner of the milk tea shop. Moreover, look at his conversation with Lu Dongyan just now. It seems like the relationship is quite deep. In fact, online, there has long been Lu Dongyan and He Fan, photos of holding hands while shopping. The two of them didn't care at all. Milk tea and sailor uniform, targeting the customer base. The vast majority are young ladies. Even if it's not the case, there is absolutely no need to be secretive. Miss Vuo, the young man on the internet. It was a fortunate mistake. Unexpected. He Fan and Lu Dongyan. No one ever thought about it. To become a big internet celebrity. That's not the same. How wonderful it is to look forward to. If it still affects life because of this, is truly being foolish. Brothers, why do you drink tea from your own home? On my membership card. You also need to make a mark. Only the spicy youth. Yi Lion suddenly stared at He Fan. Uncomprehendingly, he asked, "You said to treat me to a drink. But this is your shop. Brother, you just don't understand this. The boss also needs to keep clear accounts. Even if I drink, it also requires payment. This is what is called a clear distinction between public and private. Thank you for your tea." He Fan took another bite. The flavor that others invite is indeed delightful. At that moment, Lu Dongyan dragged a small suitcase over. Gently hold He Fan's hand. "You two are also going to demonstrate the report." "You two, we are actually alumni. My name is Lin Jue." Spicy youth. Self-deception. Self-introduction. He Fan. He Fan smiled. Lu Dongyan needs no introduction, though not everyone knows him. At least those who came to line up today. There is nothing that is unknown. The spicy youth wanted to exchange a few more words. Suddenly, the phone rang. After the connection is made, even if separated by a phone, he responded with a nod and a bow. Even He Fan could hear it. On the phone, the impatient voice of a woman. "I'm leaving first. My girlfriend is really pushing me." Lin Jue smiled apologetically, holding an ancient-style thermos, running towards the school gate. "Little Vuo from our family is the best." He Fan tightened his grip on his hand. "How tender and soft it is. Sweet and obedient. HMPH. Since Zio No is so good, you just have to promise me, after arriving at school, cannot be with the senior sisters." Flirtatious. The girl's cheeks puffed out, holding up one's head, staring at He Fan otherwise. I just, what are you going to do?" He Fan asked with a smile. "I'll cry for you to see." The girl pouted her lips. Sexual magic mirror. The mist truly begins to spread. He Fan was scared. "Hurry up and hold him gently. You look beautiful. People are so nice. There are many beautiful girls at the teacher training college." The girl's voice softly murmured, "Speak out your worries." "My God, it is a limited cake. You have devoured them all. Where is it?" "I didn't swallow my face." "Is that so?" "I haven't swallowed it yet today." Zio No stood on her tiptoes, gently took a bite on He Fan's cheek. The moment of a faint smile breaking through tears. A mucus bubble sat on He Fan's face. It cracked open with a snap. La Tayo Zio Nuo and Fan Pio pouted. "Wipe a bit of mucus from the cheek." HMPH. I just want to make you dirty. The rest of the young ladies, they will start to dislike you." Lu Dongyan's cheeks puffed up. This is not important. Pinched the chubby cheeks of the young girl. He and Fanking laugh in a small world. Only one line can be extended, already held tightly by you, unless you let go. Before the words fell silent, he fans mouth. Just then the young girl covered it with her small hand. "No, no, no. Even if it means death." Lu Dongyan's words were also left unspoken. He fan also pinched his face. "What are you talking about, life and death? Don't say things like that." The result is that the two people covered each other's mouths. Big eyes staring at small eyes. Pooh sigh. Left. Go to the registration area. The girl's words fell softly. Tightly grasped He Fan's hand. It seemed like a declaration of her ownership over He Fan. He Fan stepped onto the campus. It attracted quite a few gazes. There aren't many male students in teacher training, especially someone so handsome. Everywhere is worth cherishing. It's just a pity. A super beautiful girl had already followed beside. This girl, it's still Lu Dongyan. Lu Dongyan. Only then did everyone realize. Miss Lu what a coincidence, we are alumni. This matter is on the campus forum. It stirred up quite a commotion again. Reporting office. He Fan supported a large box with his left hand, holding a sunshade in the right hand. Lu Dongyan shields the sheep from the people. The girl took out the tissue she always carried with her. He wiped the sweat from his cheek. "Fan-chi, this is quite a coincidence. I heard a sound ahead." He Fan took a look. At the forefront. It's that spicy boy Lin Jiwei again. At this moment he was taking on everything, holding a suitcase in one hand, a crossbody bag in front. There is also a large backpack behind, a lady's handbag hanging from the shoulder. It looks just like a Christmas tree full of gifts. "Eh, what department are you in?" "I am from the Department of Chinese Language and Literature." "Please give it a try," Lin Jiwei said. "HMPH. What a coincidence. I don't have a dormitory." He Fan glanced at his dorm room. He smiled and said. Lin Jiwei's eyes also lit up. Before he could continue talking, a good-looking person beside him, a stylishly dressed girl, frowning. "Hurry up and take me to my dorm. It's scorching hot. Fan-ji, let's have lunch together." Lin Jiwei smiled apologetically, following his girlfriend. He went to the dormitory with great eagerness. He Fan shook his head, hoping for Dongyan. It's better not to share a dorm with that girl. Feeling the touch of a tissue wiping across the cheek, he bowed his head in silence. Took a bite of the deer meat, doo-doo. Chubby baby face. Didn't expect that. He Fan would ambush in public. If I had known earlier. Let's wipe it with a sweat towel first. He has to feel comfortable while being kissed. I just happened to have a drop in blood pressure. Eh. He Fan, however, did not take it seriously. This is truly hardcore yet sweet. I'll take you to your dorm. Since today is the reporting day. He Fan was pleased with this. Can enter the girls' dormitory. After all, most students. It's our first time going on a long trip. Parents will definitely send you to the dormitory. Checking the situation. You are. I am. Let's first go put away the suitcase. Lu Dongyan looked back at his dormitory. It is on the top floor. He Fan first put his suitcase back in the dormitory. It will be much easier. Then you wait for me here obediently. He Fan led Lu Dongyan to the printing area. Hand him the umbrella. I will definitely not run around. The girl nodded obediently. This point. He Fan actually believes. Not accompanying oneself. He doesn't dare to run around. The little Lu from the previous life, there's still a bit of mild anxiety because of their introverted personality. Add to it tightening further. It creates a vicious cycle. This life, he also needs to change his personality a bit. It's always good to progress step by step, at least until the end. Until now, He Fan truly felt Lu Dongyan's personality. It is constantly getting better. He Fan's four-person dormitory. Arrived at the dormitory on the far left of the second floor. He Fan pushed the door open and entered. Two people have already arrived. A little nose and small eyes. A chubby little guy with a funny appearance, wearing designer brands. The family must be well off, holding a comic book and reading. Another's skin is black. The slender boy. It's just a bit simple in attire, wearing a black tank top with holes in it, struggling to lift the dumbbells. Hello, everyone. I am He Fan, portrait of the local people. He Fan walked in. Let's start with a self-introduction. The sound startled the two. Everyone looked up. Let me introduce myself. My name is Yuan Jai. Jiang Cheng people. The boy wearing the torn tank top. Introducing myself, due to the contrast of having dark skin. It made the teeth appear whiter. My name is Dayuz. He is also a local. The chubby boy said with a big smile. Let's meet outside for lunch. Let's have a meal together. I'll go out for a bit. Gather in the dormitory at that time. He Fan took the suitcase. The bed is placed by the window. He smiled and said to the two of them, Ad Lin Jiwei, it's everyone in this dorm room, the roommate from my college years. He Fan is very willing, actively building good relationships. The girl under the tree shade holds an umbrella. A pink suitcase is placed nearby. Attractive sexual conspiracy. Clouds fill the confusion. Occasionally, students passing by glance over. She always lowers her little head. If someone recognizes her. Even tighter, the small hand clenched the umbrella handle. Halfway up, there is no trace of He Fan. The fawn fortunately crouched down, burying my head in the crook of my arm. The sunshade is still up, like a small mushroom under a tree shade. Suddenly, the shadow shrinks. The sunshade was pulled away. Lu Dongyan lifted his head. Then I saw He Fan holding an umbrella, standing in front. Her hair! The girl in a state of confusion. With color. Sing Mu can. Let's go to the dormitory. He Fan, what's wrong? I don't want to live in the dorm. Can I continue living in the rented room? It's just outside the school anyway. If you could be with me, it would be even better. Lu Dongyan's voice was soft, humming softly. The more you say that, then we have to stay in the dormitory even more. He Fan whispered. The tone, however, was not open to question. Lu Dongyan's self-care ability. Absolutely no problem. After all, it has been since middle school. Living alone. He knows. It is precisely because I have been lonely for so long, after having their own companion, becomes increasingly indispensable. If this continues, there will definitely be character flaws. All right. The girl's cheeks puffed up, but still obediently, following He Fan's side. Reaching out, I fell in love. Zio Nuo's silly hair. A smile appeared at the corners of his mouth. If it were before, he will definitely cause a scene. Isn't it much better now? Remember the past life. In the end, no one could withstand him. Should I still rent a place and live together with him during college? The result now is just one sentence. He obediently agreed to live in the dormitory. Lu Dongyan every minute. Every little bit gets better. For He Fan, all are unparalleled surprises. Girls' dormitory. Lu Dongyan's dormitory is on the top floor. It's the 5th floor. Damn it. I want to climb to the top floor. So infuriating. The girl followed He Fan closely. The cheeks puffed up. It has turned back into a little pufferfish. Will it be tiring? I will find a way to communicate. Let's see if I can change your dorm room. He Fan also felt. If you have to go up and down 5 floors every day, for the little dear, it will be a bit tough. No need. Every day going up and down the stairs. It's also a form of exercise. It's quite good. Great. Everyone has their own way of exercising this concept. However, since that's the case, what are you angry about? However, can you help me with my luggage, Xiang? Still need to climb 5 flights of stairs. It's very hard. If the floors are low, you don't have to work so hard. The girl's tone was full of concern. He Fan initially wanted to blurt out, not tired at all, but after thinking it over, still slowed down their pace. Wiping the sweat from his forehead, it felt damp. It's such a hot day. I'm really tired. Said. The gaze turned towards Lu Dongyan. Also picked a plum.